Looks like we are on.
Looks like we're on. We're live once again. We made it back. We survived 2021.
It's past.
It's past.
It's
That's
past.
the last time we were
Okay.
here. We were
Okay.
here in 2021, and now we are broadcasting live from the Horage studio, soon to be the old studio.
It is, but it's constantly getting fine-tuning. Brings me to, our friends here. Wait, I think I need to bring them in.
Ah, yeah, there they are. This was us once again
today.
today.
You know, like somehow all new setup and all kind of stuff needed to be done, and they helped us like always with full motivation, reminding me of our childhood. So
the IT department.
we take a good laugh. So, but why are we actually here? We don't only want to talk about Muppet Show. We should actually talk about why people want to look at all that stuff. So, Happy New Year we had already. Mm-hmm. I think perhaps we should start a little walkthrough.
Yeah, so...
or let's say, wait. I mean, we are a little bit doing one thing from the other. Why are people here? Because they want to have a look at watches, obviously. And this means we should quickly show off the watches for the ones which are new. Do you see the stream? Yeah, you see the stream.
Yeah,
okay.
we're up here we're live, yeah.
Let's have a look. These are the beauties we are talking about. On the left, Tourbillon 1, and on the right, Supersede. And Tourbillon 1 is actually in its second round now, and that's why we are talking also about and do the lives all the time in order to keep people updated. And on the other hand, we have this first sample of Supersede, which is then going through this year in another 3 orders. That's pretty much it from the first view on the watches.
Yeah, so as Andy said, we have there's actually a lot of updates on Supersede that we'll share with you. We're going to do a little production walkthrough so everybody can see what the team is working on today. Mainly it's Lenny in here today, and he is working away, regulating tourbillons and getting them ready to go out the door. We already had somebody asking, he's still waiting on his tourbillon. Yeah, we have quite a few people still waiting on it. They're starting to ship, or they actually have already started to ship. And it just depends on which batch you're in. So those batches, as they are on your order confirmation, or if you reached out to me directly by email, you can reach me lostintime@horage.com, and that just goes to our general email address. We all read it, and who's ever available will get back to you, and we'll be able to provide you with more of a detailed update on where the production is, because it is always changing and always evolving, and there is either a gain in time here and a loss in time there, but all in all, we seem to be averaging out as to be expected at this time.
So I think it's time for a walk.
Yeah.
And we got some
new equipment.
Giving away some money for some new equipment.
Yeah, so we have to try out the new gimbal today.
Yeah, so my shaky hands I'm not the perfect watchmaker when it comes to stable hands. So we have our new equipment, and therefore I'm switching now into in my phone. It probably will take a couple of seconds. So
bear with
need
us
to
here.
Connect here.
And we're just going to flip this around.
Yeah, and then do that. And it's already coming. Yeah. And we switch on that. And we do cam link, because in case we mess it up, you will see at least a watch. Here. Wait.
Let's just zoom that out.
Yeah, zooming it out and moving it over.
Slide that
I think
over,
we
Andy.
let the tourbillon.
There we are.
Let the people look at the tourbillons.
Okay.
So I carry, you walk.
Oh, you want to carry?
I carry. I need to practice.
Andy wants to play with the toys today, so I guess I'm walking around. All right. So come on, guys, let's go here.
And it's new equipment. It's really, we are not 100% sure if everything works, but it looks pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
You look good.
Oh, thanks, Andy. Yeah, we have Leon here. He's a newer member to our team.
Hi.
And he's working hard on the website stuff right now. We have an update on our website coming up. working on some photos. We're doing a little Supersede shot, top secret. But yeah, Leon's working hard here, making sure we get ready for our new website launch, which is going to be coming up next week. So we'll have that going live later on. We have Laurent over here working away, typing in movements and numbers and all kinds of fun stuff. Looks like, yeah.
There we are. Just continue.
Yeah. It's a little bit quiet today, but yeah.
Yeah, proof of that we are working something here in the rear, you know. Here are, who is sleeping here?
Who has a solid gold tourbillon on their way?
Yeah.
We have one here. We have a gray blue.
Yeah.
That is a brushed. We have a polished gray blue or gray.
Yeah.
And another polished gray blue. So we have tourbillons spinning their way, almost spinning their way out the door.
Blue, full blue. And
silver.
And some more somewhere in this facility.
Yeah, and the reason why it is so quiet today is that actually the team is out. Andy is having technical difficulties here. There we go.
The quick turn.
The team is out doing decoration right now on bridges and what have you. So Lenny is, though, working on tourbillon cages, yeah?
That's right. Hey everyone.
What are you actually doing here?
This is gluing hairspring into the piton.
Okay, and this little thing which holds the hairspring on the outside.
That's right.
So that's a machine, and that actually, you make that, it's done by heat, huh? Correct?
Yeah.
Just put it in, looks good.
So just took it out.
Yeah, okay.
And then you can move with this.
Yeah, then
Heater.
you move it in, but you need to stick your eyes into that camera,
Exactly.
into this
Otherwise
thing.
I see nothing.
Otherwise you don't see anything, the whole thing is messed up and the people don't get their tourbillons, so.
That's right.
Yeah, thanks a lot, and we will for sure make more. Yeah, there are, by the way, more of them. Huh?
Yeah.
I just see that now here.
These are only for prototyping still.
Yeah, okay. So you're constantly doing research on all kind of things. He's the research guy, the data guy, and he doesn't get gray hair because they are gone.
They are gone because of that. Yeah.
At the start of the tourbillon project, he used to have dreadlocks.
Yeah, and as you might see, we are putting down our screens, so we are on the move right now. We need to move into a different facility over there, and yeah, and that's his usual workspace, trying to get data of everything and improve things. There's another one ticking its way. A lot of things written there. So what do you write there?
This is my regulation movement.
Yeah.
So I do it on specific movements, take the cage out.
Yeah.
That I don't
And then
have
you
to
exchange it
regulate
all the
in
time, yeah. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
in the
And there's
new
another one.
movement with the highly decorated surfaces.
Okay. Good.
That's right.
Lots of work to do, huh?
Yeah.
Um,
not that much hair left.
yeah. But that's okay. I mean, everybody understands it's a lot of work, and thanks for the hard work, I would say. Good.
All right, Lenny.
Thanks for
I'm
the
still
support.
trying to get hold of that thing when it turns where.
Andy with his toys.
Andy and
I'm
the
surprised
toys.
it hasn't broken yet, because that's usually what happens. But yeah, we should head back in and go through
But
some
when
slides.
I get more experience with that stuff, we do some more detailed things, because actually it works pretty well. I have
it
to
does
say.
work very well.
It's
yeah.
some cool stuff.
It's a lot of good software in there.
Yeah.
All right, so let's head in.
Good.
Actually, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
You're on the inside there.
So the guy is still taking out the money.
Yeah.
Oh, let us now rectify that thing
And just switch over
and
there.
do it like that, and then we switch it off, and we are back on track.
There we are.
Oh, looks good.
So, nice little tour. Just as we mentioned before, Sylvan and Jonas, everybody's out in doing decoration at the moment, getting things ready for Tourbillon 1, where the bridge is. And yeah, we've got another slide coming up here, and we'll give you an update as to where things are. But right now, we want to jump into
Some
Supersede.
surprise stuff.
Yes, that's right.
I would say it's a surprise, yeah. Next slide here. We have gotten some sample from that micro adjustment thing.
Yep.
And we are super proud on that. Let me get back here with the screen. People saw it on CGI, and last time I think we said we don't know at all if it works. You know, on the computer and on the 3D things always work very well, but in reality, in the metal, that's a different game. And but we got the first sample now here, which you can see on that screen. Is very rough. It's just a machine sample in order to figure out if the function is there. And I think we are going to show that a little bit.
Yeah.
Play around with it. And let me just get into this mode. And we didn't do a wrist check.
We can do it after this.
Oh, we do it after.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
celebrate after with a wrist check.
Good. We keep a tourbillon for distraction here. I didn't wind it, by the way. I just recognize. So let me just show that thing in reality.
You can see.
I have a pretty. I cut my finger with a big knife. Doesn't look very nice, I see. But that's pretty much what you see, what you have seen on the slide before. Why is that so rough? Because it's made from full metal, just quickly to figure out if that thing actually folds together. And I think you can hear it. It folds. I click it in front of my thing so.
There you go. It
That's
clicks.
what you want. That's why you make stuff like that, to figure out, does that thing click correctly. So, but that's not the main feature. We are talking about a very, very sophisticated, low-profile design. Marcus was tortured by Zü to shrink it, and the first design he said, she said, I don't care if it's functioning well, it needs to be thinner.
Yeah.
Not only function, but thin. It must be thin. So we went back to the drawing board and did that, and Marcus achieved it. And and the main function behind that is the length correction, quick correction, so like that. You probably can hear that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Super smooth, just by. So compressing you can do without, it's automatically. You don't need to press anything, so you can push in actually from that side. And when you want to extend it, you just press that little structured section, and you can then extend it again. Probably one of the really difficult developments, and that's a pretty serious distance you can go.
Yeah, it's a 1 whole centimeter.
Yeah. So
Yeah, 10 increments, 10 1 millimeter increments.
so let's change the camera, see how it.
You might just have to pull your arm up towards the lens, up a bit.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Not,
And again-
not much bigger than the one without stuff inside.
Yeah.
So if I look at that, no, pretty much the same. Also small improvements. We kept the same.
Bring your arm this way.
Yeah, we kept actually
And
the
then up.
same. Yeah, in the hand.
It's tough. We have a lens back here that's on a manual focus,
Now here.
so we just have to find the right point here.
Yeah. So the blade spring, which we are known for from our other buckle, is the same function. There's no coils inside, and yeah, and you just can compress that and extend it again. Yeah, what's the next steps? The next steps, I put that probably here. So.
And as we're going through this, just ask any questions in the chat. We'll come around and we'll answer chat questions here shortly. And so, yeah, Andy, what are the next steps with this?
Next steps are, there have been some small changes to make it more easy to produce, to reduce a burr here and there, and make sure that the tolerances are correct. The next step is another sample in order to do tests. Long-term open close kind of test, pressing force tests, tear apart test, these kind of things, and then we will see. Usually things break, and then we have to see when they break, at which stage. I think we have been very good out of the gate already. I'm confident that that's durable. But at the end of the day, you need to test it, and probably some 5,000 cycles, I think, is kind of the standard. And if we increase that or surpass that, then you can say that's actually a durable product, and that's the standard tests, I would say.
Yeah, so about 3 to 4 prototype rounds still yet to go with it.
Yeah, usually, I mean, there's a rule of thumb where you can say things start to work after the 3rd prototype. It's my rule of 3. You need to build things 3 times. Surprisingly, the first one worked already.
Yeah.
Because usually the first one is a dream, it's the wet dreams of engineers and designers.
And Marcus has been working on it for pretty much a year now.
It was one of the first things I gave him. I gave him the most easy thing to do when he came. And then, of course, we needed to research through a lot of IP and make sure that there's no patent in the way and stuff like that. And then you need to come up with some smart solution of how to actually integrate that in a low profile. And he made that design. And the factory did a very good job. They really played along very well. They actually advised also where they could make changes already to improve production. And we got this, and everybody was surprised, said, oh, holy, that thing works. And now we need to make it better finished, obviously, that they get a feel also for the real material. Some parts probably need some heat treatment, hardening, things like this, and then we need to see how polishing is, everything works. And that's what we are doing. And then go into production. When all that will happen, nowadays, nobody knows. Because out of a sudden in the factory there's a corona problem again, and things get delayed. So today, and that's a big problem for our prediction, and I would love to see normalizing a normal world again, because people asking us when can we ship our stuff. As you see, we are constantly working, trying to push everything, but the only thing we can do when things get delayed or not as fast as we think, we can only talk to all of you, and we're happy if you understand that sometimes things don't go as easy as we want them to be.
Or buy more machines.
Or buy more machines. But buy more machines, but that's this comes with other problems. Finding people to operate them.
Finding people to operate them, finding a place to put them.
If you don't find them, you need to do it by yourself. I'm very amazed by that product, to be honest, because it is really a very difficult to design product. It doesn't look like this. It looks like a small thing, and then people might think, it can't be so difficult. But we are also talking about something which you want to have cost effective to produce. It must be thin, it shouldn't fall apart when there's a lot of rattling and shaking. It shouldn't bend. And this ratchet stuff, so these kind of functions, that's typically the really hard stuff, which from the first time of doing it, most of the time you never get it right in the first in the first shot, because you can do a lot of 3D and you can do analysis with it and whatever, but at the end of the day you need to try it. And Marcus was not sure on all the spring forces and the pusher forces, if all this is good, but I would say from haptics, from feeling, the spring forces both on the ratchet and on the pressing buttons are what I would expect from a series production already.
Yeah, it's got a great hand feel, so it's,
Yeah, I mean, and that's the
Yeah,
key,
it's-
you know, I mean,
it's
things
perfect.
should click, and when they click, then you feel that is a well-designed product, and that usually takes most of the time.
it's the car door of the watch. Yeah.
Yeah, here you see also these little hooks. When I press that, how they go in. So this is in general the spring blade design, which we took from the original buckle and then married it to this extension thing, is something which is kind of our signature function. And we worked on the first one very long, but obviously we are getting much better and better in doing this kind of things.
So just a couple of questions here. What's the width of the micro adjustment?
The length or the width?
The width. The length is actually, lengthwise is 1 centimeter. So you have 1 centimeter or 10 millimeters of adjustment
I have nothing
in 1
to
millimeter
measure.
increments. And the width of it
What
is
are we? What is this one? 18.
16.
16.
16. So it's just a little bit over 16.
Because
It's it's 1.5. It's 2 millimeters over 16.
it's
so
designed
18.
to fit
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
So compared to an OEM off-the-shelf thing, that's already much cooler.
Yeah. Way cooler. Yeah.
But you can't get everything at the same time always. And more questions?
Will the logo be machined into the clasp?
Depends. I mean, there will be a logo. Yes, we will put the logo there. That's why you also see some extended height here, leftover material, already planned in but not used, because functional prototypes you don't do that. Either machined or lasered or etched or stamped. So
Choose your own adventure.
we have
Yeah?
a couple of possibilities to do that, and that's a matter of designers then deciding upon on that.
Okay, and we had Samuel seen some of our previous videos where you were in Thailand before, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
And is asking if the bracelet or a case are made in Thailand, because he saw the movie on YouTube.
This bracelet is made in China from a very, very good factory we work with. We work with the manager since 20 years already, Hong Kong guy. And I would say the quick success with this buckle is also due to the fact that there was a very good counterpart on the other side who knows how to handle innovation projects, because I would call this an innovation project. It is something which is unpredictable in the first shot, and only experienced factory people usually can develop along this. Very often they just want something which works already, and they don't want to do the hassle of helping the designers and the brands and the engineers to get some new stuff, because it's unpredictable how many prototyping cycles you need until you end up with something which works. So this one is in China. I mean, China is not easy at the moment because you anyhow can't go there, but pretty much everything which, when it comes to bracelets and buckles, is manufactured out of China, because it's a very difficult business. You need scale. You need a very high expertise, and most of the companies are not willing to pay a lot for this, so cost is an issue, to be honest. But yeah, I have great respect from those guys. Thailand, dials. Our dials come from Thailand. Still, Siam dial, top maker, very strong ties to Switzerland, and we appreciate that they work. We have dials here also.
Yeah, we're going to be showing some dials as well.
Do we do that? Do we do
no,
that?
we don't do it yet because we have, the next question is about the bracelet. Does it taper down? And our next slide has the bracelet on it.
Yeah. Wait, here, let me shift
Sorry,
here.
coughing here. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, we did some small modifications basically on the side in order to avoid, what do you call that?
Binding of the links.
Between the links we had a little bit not enough tolerance, so they were actually sticking together a little bit. But overall, these are only changes which you probably do not even recognize.
Yeah, you can't see it. And the reason why we bring it up again in our last live, we had talked about it and somebody reached out to us and wondered if we're redesigning the bracelet entirely. It's just to get rid of these binding points within the links and just to get a bit more of a smoother feel with it.
Yeah, and we are waiting for the next prototype of the case. Last time we talked about these changes, side profile, under case side, some small changes, more crispy on the bezel. So there's something to talk about next time.
Yeah, and with making the changes to the case, we actually just had to manipulate slightly the way that it that first link goes into the case, and yeah, so we'll have new cases, new bracelets coming up in the next show, and
shall I continue with
Yeah.
more modifications before we show stuff which is series production already?
yeah, and having said that, actually we got notice that today the cases are actually going to be shipping out to us.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll
Takes
have
a while,
those-
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
a couple of days, and then we have it for the next live.
yeah,
And
exactly.
compare it one to one, and we can learn something. What is the first and the second and the third prototype? By the way, all that stuff costs also money. Where are the guys?
Yeah, where are the guys?
The money guys.
The printers,
Let
money
me just.
printers.
I love those guys. It costs money. Like
More
that.
prototypes means more money out the door. But yeah, that's what it takes to get to the right product.
Yeah.
There's no shortcut.
No. Yeah, on the movement, of course, that's the hard part. I mean, everything is hard, but movements contain a couple of more parts. Basically, the main goal from our first prototypes, which we had, which is actually in that watch. Wait, let me see. Get out this one here. So this one, just to show that up there. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. This was actually the one which the first one. Yeah, we had some small malfunctions in the first prototype. There were some springs which were not correct, and there was some quick correction issue on the date because we needed to switch the date on the crown depending on what we want to choose. And the whole GMT function is also modular. That doesn't mean that the consumer can change that, but we as a brand can actually change that. What should I change? Okay, you want me to be in the screen.
Yeah,
okay.
there you go.
And then, back to the drawing board, taking the dial side apart, the bottom side doesn't need to be changed. So the core movement has been developed already, and we do not worry about any kind of run rate issues or something like this. And but the GMT integration from the dial side is what we actually improved or continuously improve, of course. And the big topic is always parts reduction. Less parts. The best part is the part that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, I like the processes which don't exist and the parts that don't exist.
Yeah, well, there's this thing where
It's probably a little bit opposite of what regular watchmaking makes people believe. But at the end of the day, every part is not just a part. It comes with a lot of problems. When there is a tolerance issue, you have parts you need to throw away, they need to interact with something else, you need to manage them in a company. So the number one rule for our engineering is reduce parts and get the same function, because then also the product will be more durable. That's a fact, because less parts can get broken. And you can see that already from the first version. So you had a couple of wheels here, transfer wheels, which were kicked out. Then there's a different lever system in order to do this quick correction of the date. We readjusted things here, we removed another wheel here. So you see this thing was moving over there. So there's quite some significant changes. It's not just, not just mixing a couple of screws. It was fundamental rethinking architecture on the dial side in order to get rid of the first problems we instantly saw. And Pascal and Jonas, like always, were digging deep into the CAD files, and now the challenge will be the whole industry is fully booked, everybody has no time, we need to get those parts for testing it, then figuring out the next problems, and then improving again, doing it again. So you can imagine, and when you look at that, it's not just a couple of wheels. The base plate obviously the main plate needs to be changed, and this requires intensive machining and reprogramming time. And so you can get a feeling why movement development is very time consuming and a very cost intensive exercise.
Hey, it would be much easier if we just took something and cloned it and made it
yeah.
Maybe not though, because you inherit all the
clone
problems,
it
right?
and then charge a lot of money for that.
But doing ground up movement development is a completely different game, because you are creating your own architecture.
And it's more fun for us. I mean, it's harder, it costs more money, but why are we in that business? Why do people buy these things? Because I assume they're interested in what we do.
Yeah, they appreciate
we are
things that
interested
hard to bring
in
to life.
showing that we have these capabilities. And I think a decent watch company should get its hands dirty and get into trying to make a movement, and not just say, we are making the next watch with the new design, doing some Photoshop watches.
Yeah.
And now you can buy them in the internet, NFTs, huh?
Yeah.
Why do we actually make watches? Why don't we make pictures of watches and sell them, huh? Did I get something wrong?
That'd be a little bit easier.
Make a picture of a watch and sell it, and then, but you can't read the time. Okay, that's.
Yeah, we could make our watch trading cards, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions here?
Keep the questions coming. There isn't any. What's the initial production volume for Supersede? Is it a secret?
We are planning. So
we have 4 pre-order rounds. So
yeah, we have 4 pre-order rounds, and the first round we have sold 160 something.
Yep. Around 160
watches,
160,
probably 170 with some family and friends, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm very confident that we will get more people joining this because we have a lot of feedback, a lot of questions, and it's an excellent product, and I think it's exciting to continue to do this. When we plan for production, we plan in a different way. So we have, everybody who knows us knows that we try to share components in movements, like escapement systems, balance wheel systems, a lot of wheels and stuff like this. So for this, we try to get as much as possible volume in order to bring down the price and increase the quality. Overall, I would be personally very happy if we manage to sell probably 800 or 1,000 of these Supersede watches. Overall, we plan for K2 production roughly 1,500 sets of components, because we will also use this in other watches in the future. Time doesn't stand still, and our target is, we do not really like people having to wait for our stuff. Yeah.
No.
So the target is to organize the company and the supply chain and everything in a way that we can bring down that time. That's our main job. We can make watches, we can design them, we can make movements. The job now is to shrink the time of when we ask people to support us until we ship. And I think that's the big challenge. And we can't afford to never deliver watches, There are some brands who do that.
No, but even though we do have these timelines, it's also, we get to do these things and to get more closer to our community, share more of the story, the development story, because we find that it's fascinating also for ourselves, but we also see the community really appreciates it as well, and we can see.
Do we want to have a look at the dials?
Yes, so let's jump into the dials.
So technical stuff is gone. Now some more aesthetic things. Black magic only. Let me move in here, then we get here.
So this dial stuff is not as easy as one would hope it would be. You know?
No, not at all.
The color story is.
The color story is super difficult.
Yeah, incredibly
but
challenging.
I make a big screen now, so we see, and you see already. Yeah, do we have additional light here?
We can bring that guy over. Yeah, we can also increase the
Because
light on
yeah,
here.
I can
bring that up.
bring that up, but the white will white out.
Yeah, just move that light you moved in over there off to the side a bit, and just
now
turn
it's
it
not
down
too-
one notch on here.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, bring that guy down there. That's looking a little bit better. It's
So
not so blown out.
get us into the.
But at least you
thing.
can see the green. But yeah, it's amazing how these things change in the different light. And
Yeah,
and move
it's.
them around.
But we're
getting there.
We are getting there.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
And it's hard to see on the camera all the little changes. Like Sue and the team have been working very, very hard and just fine-tuning details as far as the font that's being used, sharpening those things, as well as obviously the color and making sure the colors are as they were represented in the animations. It's very difficult to go from just picking a color number to actually creating that in physical form.
Yeah, because I mean, you can go into the Pantone filter and say, yeah, I want that. Reality is that it is not like this. So the graining of the matting changes a color in a way that you actually cannot rely on any Pantone anymore. So you need to really work with the factory and then try to get to something which seems to be close, and everybody sees colors in a different way. And especially blues are an endless discussion, an endless source of discussion. But I think at the end of the day, we choose what we also think is the best possible match. And there people also need to trust us. A computer screen is not a computer screen. We can get relatively close with this high resolution camera stuff. But as you see, you just change a little bit here, or you go down a little bit down with the light, and it looks already totally different again. But the uplicks are super crisp. The printing is sharp. Yeah, I think it's super high level quality, which the people will get, and.
So, yeah.
And you imagine, I mean, we are looking here with the camera really closely into the stuff, and you see already this grainy, this grain style, and you can imagine all these grains are reflecting light in a certain way, but looking at this quality level is amazing. This print, these uplicks, the filling, we do not need to hide from anybody, I would say. Or what do you say?
I mean, you can't see that with. Don't put your finger on
Dirt. Is it
it.
still there?
Okay, your thumb was just in the shot. It wasn't on there.
My
Okay.
wife is.
Yeah.
She is killing me when no.
Yeah.
You know the nozzle here.
There's one at 9 o'clock there too.
Probably.
Somebody's
You
asking.
need the Mapucho guys.
Yeah. Somebody was asking, is it possible to make a comparison between the dials and the straps? We don't have the straps just yet, but
yeah.
they'll be coming. Oh, look at that big piece of dust you got on there, Andy. What are you doing?
Nice.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, but the good thing is
Yeah, I can just get rid of that there. There you go.
you can see that. Oh.
Yeah.
So you see flawlessness is there. Of course, some of the thing, you know, watchmakers, they have this kind of rubber thing,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, it
like a
just
sticky
picks up the dust,
thing,
yeah.
and you pick up the dust, because sometimes, as you can see there is a little dust, and then you just remove that. But we are magnifying in a serious way here, you know. Black is a nightmare.
Yeah, there you can see.
Yeah.
This looks like it was
So-
washed with a wool coat.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
One-
but that granular structure you see on those dials, you cannot see it with your eye.
Yeah.
It's, but it makes so much of a difference with how the light plays with the
Yeah,
colors
cool,
on the
huh?
dials.
I like it. Amazing print. It's really, those guys really know what they're doing. Dial manufacturing is a very difficult thing. Yeah, so pretty good, I would say.
So what other things do we have here to share?
We are already 40 minutes into our thing.
Yeah. We had...
Wait, let me clean up that thing here. Just that I don't mess up some stuff, get some watches back here.
So maybe we'll take a break right now for our wrist check.
Ah, yeah.
I forgot to do
Okay,
that.
okay, yeah.
Important things.
Yeah. So press the camera, press the other button here. So my favorite watch nowadays, to be honest, is this one.
Yeah, you've been snowboarding with that. You've been everywhere. with it,
I've been intensively instaing it, gramming. Or you call it gramming?
Maybe at one point, I think you've moved to influencer status now. You know, you're influencing.
Yeah. I said I would like to make one launch or one of these lives on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
And we can sponsor people, but I think we can also ride by ourselves pretty good.
We have some fun up there. And he's very, very fast. He's
I'm
got a
really,
background.
This year, I have to say, I'm really fast.
Yeah.
Thanks to Jonas' brother, who is running this gym in Solothurn, and he beefed up my, how do you call them, the Oberschenkel?
Yeah, your quads.
Your quads.
Yeah, your quads. Yeah.
So I'm really, really doing good this year, and I'm super happy that, and I bought myself a season ticket. So. Yeah, it's an amazing watch. I just don't know why more people don't own it yet, because they don't know.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we have so many different projects going on, and
I love this white of the dial.
But
It's kind of.
This thing is incredible. I love the polish, the difference between the polish and the brushed surfaces.
And it's so light, this titanium.
Especially along here, along the crown side.
Yeah.
This profile is really cool.
Yeah.
Up a bit. Yeah. It's our solution for the wait list. So if you're tired of waiting, this is the watch.
Some people wait for a couple of years and don't get a watch. Probably that would be a good choice. Yeah, I think. Okay, you have.
Yeah, I'll just hand it over so I don't read the crowd. The Frankenstein.
The Frankenstein. the Frankenstein. It's a gold tourbillon put together from leftover parts.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So the blue thing is really a little bit off.
Yeah.
But there was no other choice.
There wasn't any choice, so it was just like, all right, we have that.
Wait for the production.
Yeah. So.
But it ticks. Let it tick a little bit here. Wait.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool watch.
Yeah.
There we go.
I didn't wind it. I didn't have this hypnotizing effect imposed upon all of the people. Yeah.
Look at that thing. That's the best thing about a tourbillon is you always have something to look at.
You have a boring meeting with a couple of consultants. I don't want to. And then you look at your watch and say, okay. Yeah, no, I have nothing against consultants. Yeah, no, I'm sometimes myself. I'm kind of a consultant sometimes.
Well, you're a hobby lawyer.
I'm a hobby lawyer. That's true. Digging deep.
Yeah, you get to do that fun stuff. So.
Yeah. No, good. I think we should get close to our roundup.
Yeah, so we have.
Let me switch here in our screen to face. Press that button. We are back. Yep. Parts reduction we have talked about. Now it is. Let's talk about quickly status of
Tourbillon 1.
Tourbillon 1.
Yeah, Lenny made this nice photo here the other day.
Yeah.
His iPhone.
Yeah.
Actually, not his iPhone. Smartphone.
One, or what does he call it? Yeah. I don't know. We talked about it during lunch. In any case, we have the people work hard, and since we don't get large batches on one shot for the flat parts, we always have to continuously get into this batch production, and this is a little bit time consuming, but it's the only way to get things done. and to avoid that everybody has to wait too long, which we don't want. But we have finished 90 sets of main plates and bridges, and that's the stuff we are putting together right now, as you saw before on the winder. Actually, there's no need to wind them because it's hand wound, but we put them there in order to run so that we can test them all the time, and they have been going through the positions. And the next round of manufacturing starts in February, and then the next run should be pretty much it. And when we have all flat parts, bridges and plates done, then they get some finishing again, then you get the plating, and then they will be put together with the rest of the parts, which are anyhow here.
And then the final hurdle is COSC, which
some of them need COSC. That takes longer. It takes us 15 days, and we cannot just bring one to COSC. We need to bring a couple of them together because they treat them in a batch, and and that's where we are right now.
Yeah, preparation either side of that is probably more closer to 33 weeks or so. But
we need to test them long enough so that they pass COSC. Yeah. Because when they don't pass COSC, we pay COSC, and we need to do it again. So that's what we probably shouldn't do too often.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. And then we have our last slide here.
Last slide. What else is going on? As you saw, some of the screens are already down. Leon is doing annual inventory, and we're moving parts from one place to another right now. A little bit of a chaos, like always when you move a facility. We are looking at a lot of new equipment, new workbenches, new flow boxes, new regulation equipment, so lots of equipment because we need to increase our capacity. And that's for the next 2, 3, 4 months. New stuff come in. My nephew.
Yeah, straight from Bavaria.
The machine guy. He needs to work his ass off.
Yeah. But at least there's mountains here. He likes to ski.
Yeah. That's my problem. He's fast. He's very fast, and he's much younger than me, so I need to train harder. But he knows that uncle can catch up. So, and a project in the making for the Olympics.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a last-minute project. It was, unsure if we were able to get this in the works, but we've now making something special with a team taking part in the Olympics, and we will be sharing that actually just prior to the Olympics starting. So it's something to keep an eye out for, and you will find that eventually on our new website, which will be coming out next week. So you will see that things will be a little bit under construction the next couple of days. So if you're ever going to the shop and finding that it's just down for a couple of days, we are just doing some back-end work there. And next week, Wednesday, Thursday, we should be up both with the shop.
But people can always write us an email when they urgently need a watch.
There's a notification screen there. It just says shop is under maintenance. Just email us at lostintime@horage.com.
And the new website is a lot of work. It's damn much work, and good thanks to you guys and everybody working hard to get this done. I think it will be a very nice graphical refresh. Also functionally, we needed to move away from our original technology because it came to the limit. We maxed it out. I mean, we were using Wix, which is a very good tool, and we continue to use it.
Too many people visiting the site.
Yeah.
Too many pictures.
But things like responsiveness was more higher on the agenda, and integrating some things which you couldn't do. And that's why the product pages will run on a different system, proprietary, and the shop will then actually continue to run in Wix. And that's how we bridge it. And I think that's a good mix, and hopefully everything runs smooth. I mean, there will be always some hiccups, and if anybody sees something,
just let us know.
Message.
Yeah, we'll get on it right away. So that's
pretty much.
That's it for this show. I don't see any other questions coming in here.
Yeah, the newsletter didn't went out.
Yeah.
So don't wonder if you get a newsletter afterwards. But somehow the newsletter tool striked.
Yeah, it went on strike.
Yeah.
And so it was sent, but even as we started this this live broadcast, it had still not gone out. So possibly it has gone out while we've been talking. But
Could
yeah,
be too
apologies
late.
if you get it a little late. At least it's living here on YouTube, and you can come back and check it when you do have some time.
Yeah.
And of course, if you have any questions, you can always email us, or you can send us a message on Instagram or wherever else you prefer. It's a little bit of dust down there. Huh?
Yeah, dust is everywhere.
Dust and fingerprints.
hate it.
Yeah, prototypes.
Yeah, wait. So, I think that's pretty much it.
That's it. So thank you everybody for joining. It was really great to be back again. We're going to come back in the, I guess it's the
2 weeks.
Yeah, first week of February.
Mm.
Yeah, and we'll be back again.
And
We'll also, I'm planning some forum posts as well. So we'll be back in there. Haven't been able to do one of those for the last little bit, but we'll get back in there because we like to interact and answer all your comments in there and get the conversation going. And yeah, that's it for now. Say bye. Where's our friends?
our friends.
Do you have an ending screen today? Last time.
Wait, I have my
everything
ending
else?
screen.
I mean,
the ending screen.
There we are. There's prototyping. Yeah.
Landing a rocket is not that easy.
No.
So same like making movements.
Yeah.
So wish you all a nice weekend.
Yeah. Have a great
Not yet
weekend.
there, but soon.